Hey Taurus, welcome back to my channel. This is Kimberly. This is for all Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If you don't know your Moon or Rising sign, you can Google that information and find it quite easily, actually. This is for the month of September 2018. And I wanted to let you guys know that I did tune in psychically before I started the recording. And I wanted to see what I could get, what I could pick up. And what I was getting was let bygones be bygones. I also heard a tempered stance. And so I feel like your energy's off. It's like you're fighting for justice. It could be at work. Someone is being unfair and you're trying to stand your ground in this. But it's okay. Wait a minute. Let me see what I wrote here. Someone is being unfair, but okay. But how you handle or control your temper will make the difference. Okay. So even though someone is being unfair, your temper could get the best of you, meaning you could take things a little too far, farther than they should. And it's probably because you're tired of the way a person is treating you. But it's saying to stay calm and breathe. If you feel the need to stand firm and control the situation, it can get out of hand. But if you control your temper, this situation can very well blow over. You may not see that at the time, but try to keep this in the back of your head if you are confronted or if you find yourself in this situation. That's one of the main messages from Spirit. That's all I was really getting from them. So with that said, I'm going to take my notes, put them aside, and start shuffling the cards, okay? And that kind of sucks because I'm a Taurus moon and it usually resonates with me as well. So I hear you, Taurus. Let's just try to stay calm this month, okay? Well, yeah, I'm saying this month. I'm recording this in August, but all right. Let's try to stay calm. Let's see what we got for Taurus, September 2018. What's going on? This message may or may not relate to the message that I was getting from Spirit. The message that I get from Spirit is a big message usually, so it's what they feel you should know. Any additional messages can come up in the cards, or it could bank off of that message from Spirit. I never know until I lay the cards out. And if this does not resonate with you, please check your rising or your moon sign before you hit the dislike button. Because sometimes I feel like that button is hit just for the fun of it. Because as myself and all readers always say in every video, this may not apply to you. If it does not apply, it is not for you. Okay. All right, Taurus, September 2018. Taurus. What's going on with you, Taurus, September? We've got the Strength card, first card out. Taurus. Whoop. Fell on the floor. The Tower. Ay. All right, Taurus. So far it's looking like that message I was receiving from Spirit could be very similar to what's being pulled out so far. Ace of Pentacles. Three of Wands. Page of Cups. Nine of Cups. The Fool. Star. Well, I thought some other card flipped over. Okay. One more card, Taurus. Seven of Pentacles. Okay. Let me see. You can see that spread. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Cups. All right. So I'm going to bring this closer to me. And I'm going to try to tune into this energy. Oh, let bygones be bygones. That keeps replaying in my head here. Hang on, give me a second. I'm going to light some incense. It helps me tune into the energy for whatever reason. I'm not sure why. Excuse me. You know, when I keep hearing let bygones be bygones, and then I see the Page of Cups in the center, it's as if, you know, it may be you trying to make a truce, okay? The overall energy is the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is something to celebrate. This is people getting together. It's like some sort of gathering. So whatever's going on could be taking place within a group of people, okay? Let me look into this. Okay, so I feel like that message was mostly for the beginning part of September, because as I work down this way, it seems like it's getting better. So the overall energy being the Three of Cups is making more sense for the lower part. I feel like where they're saying your temper, if you can control your temper in something that you see that may be unfair, it can blow over. And that's pretty evident in this spread, okay? Because we've got the Strength in the Tower right up at the top. This strength is really, I think it's the restraint, that restraint that you would need, okay? And then we've got the Tower here, meaning whatever this dispute was took place. But with the Ace of Pentacles right after, it's kind of like when you see two people getting into some sort of dispute, and then they're, after the whole argument and everything, they shake hands. You know, that's what it feels like to me. So I feel like if you let your temper get out of hand because of the need to control the situation so intensely, this may not occur. This new beginning, this rebuilding of this friendship may not happen. So you really have to reel it back, okay? Because it could set the tone for the rest of the month if you don't. But if you can control that within the first week, you're going to be okay. And I feel like it's one of those things, you know, when you're in the thick of something and you hear that little voice in your head saying, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. But instead of bringing it back, you get more worked up and intensified, even though you have total control over what's going on. I feel like it's something like that. So don't be so headstrong. Bring it back. Okay. All right. So now that I have that out there, let me go on to the rest. Okay. So what's grounding the reading is the Page of Cups. This is an offer of some sort on an emotional level. Whatever this offer is, it's either something that you're waiting for or something that you're going to offer. And whatever this is that you're offering that's going to have an emotional effect on you is something that you've been wishing for, especially with the Nine of Cups here and the Star card right underneath. This is starting out new with something. Could be something tangible. Starting out on a new journey. And I feel like it's in the process of happening. But I feel like towards the end of the month, you're not sure. You're not sure if what it is that you've been waiting on so patiently is going to be what you wanted in the end. And I think this is probably where some of your frustration may come in as well. Because it's like, I see you waiting. You're waiting for something that's going to bring you joy. And by the end of the month, you're like, I don't know. I don't know if this is what I want. But you definitely want something to celebrate over. All right, let me clarify this Seven of Pentacles down here. Yeah, the Seven of Pentacles is, You know, we got the Ten of Pentacles and then the Five of Pentacles in reverse. And the King of Cups in reverse. You know, some of you may be waiting on a move or a promotion. And I feel like the idea of something, because you're so exhausted with the way things have been going, that any change feels like a good change. And I feel like this is something you're going to be like so gung-ho over, like, yes, yes, finally, give it to me. I need this change. And then you're like, sign up for it. And then you get to it and you're like, oh, shit. That's not what I expected. Damn. You know, it's kind of like that. And so, yeah, I feel like really be careful. I know you're in a hurry to get things done. I know you want things to change. And sometimes it can seem like it's a really good idea. And then when you go through with it, just don't sign any contracts, okay? Let me just say that. It's okay to go towards something, but I wouldn't sign a contract and get locked into anything. Not until you know every single detail about a situation, because I feel like if you do, you're not going to be happy. And some of you, it may be getting into a contract and then wanting out of it, and that's where the dispute comes in. And really, you're at fault because you signed the contract. But I really feel like if you handle yourself well, present yourself well, it'll turn out more in your favor. I mean, we've got the Three of Cups as the overall energy. So, you know, I feel like this Three of Cups trumps this Seven of Pentacles. I really feel like no matter what, it's going to work out. But just be careful, because I feel like it may not be all that it's cracked up to be. Whatever this is, it could be the beginning of a job, the move into a new apartment, the beginning of a relationship even that seemed like it was going to be everything you ever wished and hoped for. And then you find out, you're like, oh, crap. You know, like, you don't want that. So just be really mindful about this, because it just don't feel right. It don't feel right. I mean, you definitely been waiting to start this. Whatever this is, you've definitely been waiting on it. But I feel like in the beginning, it may seem like okay. And it may be because of this tower up here, where your foundation was shook for whatever reason, that any offer seems like a good offer, right? Because of this, anything seems better than what's going on up here. But then when you get down here and see, and it seems like a really great idea in here, and you're waiting, you're like, yes, that's what I want. Let's go for it, you know. And then when you get down here, you're like, maybe I should have thought that through better, you know. So let me see what's going on. All right, Taurus, let's get some advice from giving and receiving. Yeah, share the love. And then we got Blossom in reverse. And waiting. Yeah, waiting. Well, and that was in reverse, actually. Waiting results. Yeah, you're not even sure if it's going to be worth it. But with the giving and receiving, it's like, you know, the way that I see this is unbalanced, okay? Because we got giving and receiving here, and then right next to it, we have share the love. But then right after that, we have Blossom and awaiting results, both in reverse. And if this is out of balance, and the reason why I say it's out of balance is because we have a 6 and a 3. And you add that together, that's a 9. That is not an even number. So I don't feel like there's balance here in this situation. And so when you don't have balance, anything that's needing to grow can't grow. And I really feel like this has to do with either how you handle a situation or how somebody is handling it with you. I really feel like a misunderstanding can take place. I just feel like people are not understanding each other. And this need for control. And I can't peg it, you know. It's like I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about it. And none of the cards are telling me exactly what it is that I'm feeling and what I'm picking up from spirit. And I'm trying to decode that, because that message was very profound, more profound than what I'm picking up off of these cards. Although these cards do show what that message was. And saying to just be careful with this, whatever this is, you know, so you may, and actually, because I'm sitting here in this state of confusion, this may be part of the problem going on in September. There may be a state of confusion over this, not being sure how to move forward, or not understanding. Actually, you may have been misguided. And I think this is probably where the anger comes in. I feel like some of you, it's going to be, you were told that something was going to go a certain way, that, let's say, for instance, you were going to get an apartment, okay? And somebody told you, showed you pictures. This is the picture of the apartment. This is what you'd be moving in. We just need a security deposit. We'll hand you the key. You get the key. You go to the apartment. You open the door. It is not anything like the picture. But you've already signed the contract. So now you're pissed, you know. And I really feel like if you can control your temper and go to like the property manager or something and say, look, this is not what you showed me. This is not what I signed up for. And, you know, and with an even tone, you may get further than going in irate, if that makes sense. And that's just an example, okay? But it's something with that form of energy, something with that sort of energy that's happening in September, okay? You may not even be experiencing this now. For the majority of the time when I do these readings, usually you'll see this towards the end of the month rather the beginning, okay? So I just want to make that clear. You usually see what I'm picking up towards the end, like probably near October even. So keep that in mind. But I will be back with the mid-months to kind of do a review just to see where we're at from the 15th on, okay? But this has got me in a state of confusion. So that's probably what's going on with you guys in September too. So really sit down with all pros and cons and go over everything. Before you sign a contract, make sure you actually get to see physically, in person, what it is somebody's trying to show you. Don't just sign, because you could get into something that you can't get out of. That's another possibility, okay? So with that said, Taurus, I'm kind of curious to see what happens, because like I said, I'm a Taurus moon, but this was very scattered. I didn't feel comfortable with this. It's very scattered, and I feel like that's what's going on right now. We're just scattered energy. So, like I said, we'll be back on the 15th and see what happens then. All right, Taurus. If any of you want a personal reading, you can do so by booking at www.newagesupply.store. The website is under construction, but you can still book a reading by going to a book reading tab up there, okay? All right, Taurus, thanks a lot. I'll see you in 2 weeks.